Welcome back. In today's video, we're going to be talking about getting DOM properties. So basically, the DOM is the document object model. This is the foundation of the HTML page, or in the case of a React, this is the foundation of the abstraction. So a DOM element is basically HTML elements. So you have the inputs, the buttons, the divs, your heading, your header, um, pretty much, all your HTML elements. All right. So what we're going to do here is that we are going to try to get the width of this input. And we're going to do this by basically getting that information when we click on the button. The button is currently connected. Uh, the button click event is currently connected to our tutorial demo function. If we were to switch over to the function builder tab from within our app builder, we can get into our tutorial demo function, into our logic workflow. So to access DOM properties, all we need to do is use the get DOM property function step. So I'm just going to go back to my application really quickly. So by default, the name that you see on every element when you hover over it is the ID of that element. But to paint a really clear picture, if you wanted to see all the selectors for an element, all you would need to do is go to the animations tab or the interactions tab. And now whenever you hover over any elements, all the selectors show up. All right, so in this case, we're just going to be using the input one selector with the hashtag in front of it. I'm going to go back into the function builder tab. All right, then go back into my tutorial function. The first step is the get DOM property function. In this case, I'm gonna name this. I have to give this a response. Let's see. Go over here. I think I already have something like that. I'm just gonna play that out. I'm just gonna call this DOM property. And say this is hashtag input one. This is the ID of the input. The property we're going to be getting is the client width. And in this step, the next step, we're going to log this data in our console. So I believe this is the first time we're using the console log function. This is basically the standard console login. It's a debugging tool for the most part, basically used to test out or debug applications. Basically, if you wanted data to show up in your browser console, you will use the console.log function. So what we're doing here is that we are finding our input with the ID of hashtag input one, and then we're getting or extracting the client width. Save, deploy, and refresh our application. Open up the console. There you have it. The width of our input is 809 pixels. And if I click on it again, it's probably going to give me the same information. What happens if I, let's say, change the view and click on this again? So now it's 491. I switch to a mobile view, clear some of this out, and click on this again, 235. Go back to the desktop, click on it again, 809. So you see that our function is always getting the elements and it's looking at the property that we've mapped into. And you could do this across the board for any property on any element in your application, as long as that element, is on the DOM, right? As long as it's on the page, you can reference the element and then extract a property from that element. Very simple. Just gonna go back to the function one more time. And that is our get DOM property. You could do this as many times as you want on as many properties as you want. Now, another way to do this is also obviously going to be using code, but that will be with a different function. This is without any code. All right. Thank you. I'll see you in the next video.